Welcome back to Gold and Blue, everybody, and if you are a college football fan, a die-hard college football fan, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. That's all we do here, videos of college football every single day. And don't forget, now you can send me stuff. Finally got a P.O. box. Send gear to represent your team on my back wall every single video and live show. Here's the address you send it to, P.O. Box 360, Liberty, South Carolina, 29657.
Yep, the grind never stops, guys. I'm telling you, the grind never stops. I finally made it here in Charleston. Actually, it's Cross Lanes. We're staying with our in-laws till Monday. Gonna have a good time, gonna relax, but the channel never stops. I still do videos every single day. And of course, a big one. This is a big one. College football playoff expansion. It's official. They have voted in the new 12-team format. Now, they're saying it will be here by 2026. That's a fact. 2026, it's going to be here. But it could be here as soon as 2024. I think this is a great idea. I love the format that they chose. And if you've been keeping up with Gold and Blue Dude for an extended amount of time, you know that I predicted the 12-team playoff to happen. It made the most sense. It keeps the incentive for the regular season and the conference championships. The Big Ten has been the biggest proponent of this. I mean, they've been very, very outspoken about this. Kevin Warren has been very, very outspoken about this, and rightfully so. I like it. So here it is, guys, the 12-team playoff expansion format. Of course, you're going to get the top 6 conference champions, so that's going to include probably the highest-ranked Group of 5 champion. You're going to have all Power 5 champs, and then the highest-ranked Group of 5 champ, and then, of course, the next 6 highest-ranked teams. What you're going to have is you're going to have first-round home playoff games, and the first 4 seeds get a first-round bye. So if you're 5 through 8, you're going to get a first-round home playoff game. If you're 9 through 12, you're going to get a first-round road playoff game. If you're 1 through 4, you're going to get a bye week. The only thing that I would add to that is that bye week, those 4 teams, they need to have a home playoff game as well. I think that would just be the icing on the cake. And then after that, you go to the neutral site. You need to give them at least 1 home field playoff game. That's fair. It works. This keeps incentives for conference championships. So you win your conference championship, you get in, highest rank, all that good stuff. I'm happy about it. And this is why conferences are going away from divisions. Because you don't want like an 8-4 or a 7-5 or even maybe a 9-3 champion getting into the playoffs. You just don't want that. So you want the 2 best teams to play in your championship. That way, at least one of your top 2 teams is going to make it. And I would say in that particular scenario, you're looking at worst a 10-2 getting a bye week possibly. And I can handle that. I'm okay with that. But like these 8-4, 7-5 champs, no, barely ranked in the top 25 or not even ranked. No, that's just silly. It doesn't make sense. So everybody needs to get away from this division type of thing. Looking at you, ACC. Definitely looking at you. The Pac-12's already done it. It was a must for the Pac-12. Big Ten's going to do it. I think the SEC is going to do it. ACC, you guys need to get away from the divisions because you don't want a coastal division, because we all have known that this is the weakest division in the ACC, and they have won it in a time or two. You don't want an 8-4 Virginia or a 9-3 Virginia Tech, whatever, winning your conference championship because they have one great game against Clemson, and then they get in. You want it to be a top 2 team. So this year, I think it's going to be Clemson and Miami to be the top 2 teams. And I know they're in different divisions, but it's not going to work out like that every single year. You want your top 2 teams to make the championship, and hey, winner gets in the playoffs. And the loser, depending on the record and, of course, their brand, could still get in the playoffs, just, not as a conference champion, and they're definitely not getting a bye, but they could still get into the playoffs. This helps the SEC tremendously. I mean, they're going to get 6, 7 teams in the playoffs every single year. Well, maybe not 6 or 7, but like 5 or 6. Definitely 5 or 6. They're going to get 5 or 6 teams in on a consistent basis. Big Ten is going to benefit from this. They're probably going to be able to put in at minimum 3. They might be able to get 4 and 5 in there sometimes. And then the others, at least they're going to be represented. Hey, Pac-12, listen to me. If you can hold on, if you can exist just for a little bit longer, you'll end your playoff drought by default. You will end your playoff drought by default if you can just hold on a little bit longer. And I like that the conference champions get the automatic bid. That places more importance on the conference championships. I was all for that. I've been for this from the beginning. This was my prediction. I predicted the 12-team expansion like a year ago, over a year ago. And I did this exact scenario, guys. Y'all remember, if you've been subbed for that long, you remember this is the exact scenario that I said would be the best. 12 teams, top 4 seeds get a bye, and then the next 4 get home playoffs. And that's exactly what's happening. So I'm happy. I think this is a great for college football. It's not watering it down all that much. I mean, you're adding like 1 extra game, and they might actually shorten the season by 1 game. And I'm for that. That's fine. But the playoffs needed to be expanded. And I've come to peace that it's probably going to be the same matchups when it comes to the Final Four, like your Alabamas, your Ohio States, your Clemsons, your Oklahomas, your Georgias, maybe your USCs now, I don't know. But I've come to peace with that, and I'm fine with that. But at least we're going to get matchups outside of that, some good matchups, college football. I mean, I went to the Backyard Brawl yesterday, and even though West Virginia lost, that was a great atmosphere. A matchup like that, yes, that's what we need in the playoffs. Oh, what about blowouts? What about them? They already happened. Blowouts are happening in the national championship. That is not a valid argument, and I'm glad they overlooked it and they voted in playoff expansion. This is great. This is awesome. Let's go. Bring it in on 2024. Who cares about 2026? Bring it in 2024. Heck, 2023. Heck, this year. Do it this year. I'm for it. The sooner the better. And I told people ask me, hey, Golden Blue, what do you think about this vote on Friday? Oh, it means they're voting it in. There is no other reason why they would call a meeting on the spur of the moment this soon other than to vote it in. I was like, if they're holding this meeting and they're taking a vote, it's getting voted in. Y'all let me know in the comments section, do you like this playoff format? And if you don't, which playoff format would you have chosen? That's all I got for this show. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you on my next show.